Besides our last one, it's an end of an era, Joe.
It is, thankfully. Thankfully. Uh, Before we get to Gamera the Brave, which is the last one, a couple of things. So, like, I went to this show, Retro Expo. I popped in there today because a buddy of mine gave me a pass. So I just walked in there to see what they had. And I talked to, shit, I always forget his name. But anyway, this guy I see at shows all the time. And he's real into the kaiju type movies. And so I'd been telling him, yeah, we're watching all these Gamera movies, and man, they suck. And he was telling me, he's like, well, I watched these as a kid, and as a kid, he said they freaked me out. So because unlike Godzilla, Gamera, he's getting cut up and stabbed, and he's shooting blood and everything. He said as a kid that scared the fuck out of him. That was weird. So I guess from a kid's perspective, these are odd movies or whatever. He said, like, remember when those space babes kidnapped that one kid and shaved his head, and they were gonna like get into his brain?
They're gonna eat him.
He said that scared him as a kid too, and like, oh man, I don't want anybody to catch me and shave my head because that means they're gonna cut into my brain. So yeah, when you're a kid and you watch things, they're gonna affect you a different way. But he also told me, that weird chick from these newer movies, the odd looking chick, the chick that looks like she's high all the time. That is Steven Seagal's daughter. That's fucking weird. And he says she doesn't really talk about him on any other interviews because it's like an estranged relationship or something. But I just thought that was odd as shit. But yeah, Gamera the Brave, Tom.
Victor Salva's Gamera the Brave.
So yeah, I started watching this, and I texted Tom, like, right, was like, I don't know if I should be watching this shit, man. This doesn't seem like appropriate. This is like some really, you got kids, 3 kids that are playing a game on the beach where their objective is to take the clothes off the other kid. Oh yeah, we're taking off your pants, haha. Yeah, that was fucking weird.
You guys didn't think I was mad because you were trying to take off my pants, did you? Come here, let me take off your pants.
Yeah. I realize there's cultural differences that we probably don't understand, but no, this is fucked up.
Yeah, it's a very, very odd scene that has no place whatsoever.
Doesn't
And
move the
then
plot along at all.
it just kind of sits with you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to say, well, this is fucked. What the hell's going on here? Until there's a scene where like all the kids are gathered around looking at a turtle, and one of the kid is positioned directly in front of the camera on all fours with his ass up in the
His
air
ass
and the
facing-
camera going right
Yeah.
into his colon. And it's just like, all right, this is fucked. Whoever did this shit knew what the fuck he was doing, and this is fucked. So, hardcore Victor Salva vibes going on in this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you're a Victor Salvo apologist saying, "Oh,
Fuck
he did this
you.
time" or whatever, yeah, fuck you. We're not down with that in the show. We were fucking talk about that from day one. But
Go back and listen to the Den tapes, you fuck.
this, oh fucking Dan. So this movie focuses on a kid that's dealing with the loss of his mom,
And obviously the loss of his innocence.
Mm-hmm. So he's living with his dad, I guess, that has
The fucking greatest fucking rice cooker in the land.
Yeah, people come from all over the place to eat at his little restaurant. And
the same 5 people every day.
Fried rice is his specialty. But anyway, the kid,
Imagine that, his specialty being fried rice. Because he's a Japanese guy.
The kid notices on this atoll that's maybe like 5 miles away or so that there's a flashing light there, and he notices it. So he swims over there, He swims like this 5 miles or however long it would fucking take. And at this glowing light, there's like an egg there. It hatches, and it's a little baby turtle, cute little baby turtle. He takes it home.
Oh
Toto, yeah, he names it Toto because that's what his mom used to call him when he was a kid because his mom couldn't remember his name.
no! And because that's turtle in Japanese, you see.
Is it? I didn't know that.
I'm fluent in Japanese there, Joseph.
Yeah. Toto grows a little bit bigger the next morning, and then even starts to fly with the steam power.
Well, you're not doing the nice Gurion or whatever his name is shout out to when he was fighting the knife in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? The nice little reference to
Mm-hmm.
Gamera villains past. You know what we should say, because if I don't bring it up now, it won't be brought up at all. The beginning of this movie is pretty fucking awesome. It makes you think like it's going to be a fourth movie in this Heisei trilogy. Gamera looks different, but the Gaios are back and fucking he's tearing them apart and they're fucking tearing the shit out of fucking him. And then he blows himself the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
all that shit was fucking awesome. This sets it up like, yeah, you ready, motherfucker? We're back, bitch.
So
And
that was a recap of the last movie, but they didn't just do uh original movies where it's just, hey, let's just show that scene. Fuck it, the same thing. They redid it. Gaios looks fucking good in these little recaps. He looked, best that he's probably ever looked. And yeah,
I would say it's not saying much, but these actually did look cool.
mm-hmm. But then it gets just to boredom, and
Yeah, I mean, it turns into a hardcore, weird kids movie that was probably made for grooming motherfuckers.
yeah. His neighbor across the street is a young girl that's I don't know, she's gonna go have an operation or something.
A
So
heart surgery.
we're worried about her. We're
A
worried
very simple heart surgery that we're told time and time again that's very simple, routine, it'll go fine.
about
Yet
her.
everybody is so worried about it.
Yeah. Baby Gamera continues to grow. He's like one of those turtles that lives to be like 200 years old or whatever. He's that size now. And then we have a dragon that comes out of the ocean, starts fucking shit up.
Starts eating motherfuckers for real.
Yeah. And at the beginning of this movie, we're told they disbanded the Monster Squad or Monster Legion or whatever. So that theme,
The fucking unnatural organism. It was a really stupid fucking name.
yeah. You think that's going to be a big plot point in the movie? It's really not.
We're closing it down. Open it back up. Gamera's back.
All right, yeah. The fucking kid gives the girl that red glowing thing that he saw where he found Gamera. I was like, here, take this as good luck for your surgery. But Gamera needs it back so he can grow.
They found me.
And because Gamera, while he's fighting this dragon, he's still kind of little, he's kind of a runt still. And he can't fight him, because they're not on equal footing. But all the
He shoots
kids,
a fireball down his mouth and he falls off a fucking bridge like his name was Gwen Stacy.
all the kids chip in. They have a sense like, this
For Toto!
needs this thing, and so they take turns running it until they get it finally to
It's like
Toto.
when motherfuckers would pass the torch, you'd
Mhm.
have to run and pass the torch to the next motherfucker.
So then, yeah, Gamera wins the day. Whatever. This movie sucks. This movie was fucking boring. I took a nap immediately after finishing it because I was just like struggling to stay awake through it. Not good.
Yeah, this definitely feels like the most in a fucking series full of like real kid centric shit.
Mm-hmm.
This one felt like the most kid centric. It felt like it would have been made by that fucking like that kids full moon company, whatever the fuck they put out with like Prehysteria in those fucking movies. it felt like it would have came out from that, because it said this movie had some money, but really doesn't feel like it.
Mm-mm.
Gamera, it looks okay. Like it looks fine. It looks okay. The other monster, Zebra or whatever the fuck its name is, looked okay, but everything else not so great, and it had that weird fucking chomo vibe over the whole fucking movie, which is kind of unsettling.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can say now that I've seen all the Gamera movies. I'm glad I didn't buy that box set when it came out because I was going to. And yeah, I will never watch any of these again. I'm not a fan of the whole Gamera thing. They had like one good one, other ones that are okay, but for the majority, they suck. Fuck Gamera movies.
if you would have asked me a year ago, best giant monster, I would have said Gamera. But yeah, after going back and rewatching these, there are a few good ones. A lot of fucking garbage, but yeah, Joe, I guess Godzilla really is king of the monsters.
Monsters. Yep.
And I guess that's why next week we're gonna start watching all the Godzilla movies, Joe.
Oh, fuck.
Just kidding.